McIntyre and One Direction, ladies and gentlemen. It's fun to have you here. Thank you for coming back on the show. So, there's this game that people play, and we've all done it, I'm sure. I Have Never, where you say, someone posits a suggestion, and everyone has to say whether they've done it or not. OK? So I've got these paddles. It says never, and I have, so we can see instantly. Pass those down. Pass those down.
Are you playing as well?
Yeah, I'm going to play as well. I'm going to join in. And I've got these. These are questions we got from fans of yours in the audience. So I'm going to start with this one. This is from Paula. I have never danced naked in the rain.
Right.
Naked.
Oh. Naked. Oh. 3 bold, adventurous young men. 3 boring old farts standing there. OK.
Do we include the rain setting on a shower?
Have you danced naked in your shower?
What's that bloody hat?
OK. I have never...
Well, of course I've been naked in the shower. That's a
I know you're naked as well.
The question is whether I've danced in the shower. I don't stand in the shower fully clothed.
Well, do you dance in the shower?
Sometimes there's a bit of a boogie.
This is Jason. I've never been in the Mile High Club.
So wait.
Harry, what are you waiting for? Come on, we know the answer. I'll answer for you. There you go.
Thank you.
Harry just took out the shard. That's hilarious.
Oh, God. Well played.
OK, no one noticed. OK, I have never been naked in public.
No, I've never been... No. No. It's a choice. That's a choice we all have every morning when we wake up.
OK. This is a revealing one. This could be revealing. This is from Sam. Remember, guys, honesty is the key here, all right? I have never smoked a joint. Stop looking at each other. You can't decide what...
What's the next one?
No, let's answer this one. I think we know the answer to this one. Look at that.
They're just waving it about the place.
A big, fat blunt. And I can say, if there are any young people watching, it didn't do anything for me, and I don't recommend it. No, I don't really like it. I tried it, and I didn't very much enjoy it.
What do you expect them to do? You've given them these paddles, and you really think they're all going to go, yeah, I'm high as a kite. I've done all the drugs. I'll give you complete professionalism under a normal interview situation, but give me a paddle, I'll reveal everything to you. Of course. I've been running. I got up this morning, I was completely naked. Do you think this is what Niall's going to say? I got up this morning, I smoked a big doobie. I danced around in my shower completely naked. And then I ran around naked in the streets. And then I got on an aeroplane and fucked everyone in the room. That's what I did. I was in the loo with a big doobie. And a big doobie in the mouth in the loo, completely naked. And guess what? The door was open. I was in public too.
That's about as wrong as things can be.
They're not going to do that. They're media-trained megastars. This is what the paddle should look like. Never, never. Both sides, never. Never, never.
We can end the game. That's ended the game. That's spoiled the game for everyone. That's spoiled the game. You've spoiled the game for everyone. I hope you're proud of yourself.
You won't put that in the show like that. My wife will be livid.
The best bit was about yours pretending to smoke a doobie. You're doing that. That's the best bit. And you're doing a bad Irish accent.
I was putting all...
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
I was putting all the elements...
Which was insulting to my Irish friend here. Ah, dear. You know, you're right. You have to protect yourselves to an extent. You know, there's speculation about it all the time, and things you say get reported and sometimes misreported, you know, deliberately misreported. So I had a few stories here, and I want to see whether these were true or not, and whether or not you know this. Here's one which was, it's so weird, that Harry apparently, this was in the papers, Harry was sick last year on a roadside when he fell ill after a long hike, and a fan then collected the vomit and tried to sell it on eBay. Was that true, though? Was that actually for sale, do you know?
I don't know if it made it to eBay, but it was a thing.
I saw a thing on the internet the other day of you, which was someone had stored a fart of yours in a jar from a party.
How would you prove
And he was
that?
selling it for
How on earth
$10.
do you
It was like,
prove
it says
it's farting?
genuine Harry Styles fart in a jar.
With what? A certificate of authenticity?
Well, I don't know. He was like, I came across this the other day in my garage. It's a jar that Harry farted in when we were younger.
But here's the thing, that's a weird piece of merchandise to have, because...
It is.
It's exclusive.
What do you do? Do you keep... Do you save it for a special occasion and break it out like Quality Streets at Christmas? Do you say, you know what? We've had a good day. Let's break that fart out, shall we?
Get it back in the
There you
jar.
go. You can't get it back in the jar. It's like a genie.
Right, OK.
But that's a weird one.
It was weirder for me because my mum sent it to me and was like...
What, the fart?
Yeah.
The headline?
Like, a link to it on eBay. So, yeah, I mean, everyone likes different things, I guess.
What did she say when she sent the email? What was the message? Was it like, my son, I'm proud of you, at last? Or was it like, oh, God, this is weird? Or...
I think it was, is this real? Are you the seller?
OK, how about this one? 1D singer reveals STD worries after koala bear incident. Who wants to tell us what this story is about? Who heard about this one?
I think I said a
quality.
joke one time and it went way too far.
What was the joke?
Well, koala bears carry a certain STD,
Joke
which is...
was that he had chlamydia.
Chlamydia.
Yeah, koala bears do carry.
Which isn't a joke.
It's no joke for koala bears.
No. Let's stop with
It's a
it.
real thing.
Yeah. So you were worried you'd maybe caught it after...
I made a joke about it somewhere. There's me looking very scared about holding that
Look,
little
there you
thing.
go. He's already got
And
it.
you weed on me, and they pass it that way, and yeah.
His face says, shit, I've got chlamydia.
That's actually the new advert for
Yeah.
chlamydia. Right there.
That would be a
Don't
good.
hug
That would be a
koalas.
good advert for the cream for chlamydia. All right. Shall we take a break and then come back and I will grill you more about drug use and personal life? Still to come. We've got more chat with One Direction. Welcome back to the Jonathan Ross Show. I'm still here with One Direction and Michael McIntyre, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one I know you particularly like being asked. What's happening in your love lives at the moment? Who's single? Who's mingled? Who's looking for a Pringle?
Wow.
You're all single, aren't you?
I think we are, yeah.
Yeah.
Single, 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 single.
I'm married with 2 children.
Yeah. Michael, joking aside, though, I know when I see the boys perform earlier on, and they were great. They were great, weren't they, ladies and gentlemen? They're doing another song in a minute. I felt jealous. I felt jealous that I'd never been in a band. I'd never had that moment performing on stage. I couldn't do it, you know. It must feel great. And I know you were saying you wanted to learn how they did that mic technique, because you had some good mic moves going on there.
I was having fun. I went over because I could see that Liam was working the mic spin.
Well, let's see. How do you do, Liam? Teach Michael. Let's have a masterclass in the mic spin for Michael McIntyre.
Don't.
Do you all do this?
No.
So what is going on here?
So just...
Well, you say just, and then it goes
Talk
really
him through
quickly.
it, like,
Just
talk him
round
through it
that
roundabout.
You
That's
have
how
to
it
hold
goes.
it by the big end before
Yeah, you
you
have to
flick
drop
it.
it down and then do that. But you could go like
Wait a minute, what do you have to drop it down a bit?
to there and then let it go round your hand.
I tried. But you start there.
Maybe.
Then it's going in just...
Michael, no. When you're next on stage doing stand-up, I want you to slip that in. Just slip that in halfway through.
Yeah, slip that in with the mic on my head. How am I going to do that?
I forgot you did that.
You give it a go.
I'm going to go for a double.
Whoa.
Changes. There you go.
That's so funny. Earlier, Michael comes up to me and goes, "Oh, I can't get your song out of my head." I said, "Which one?" He goes, "Changes." I was like, "Is that the only thing?" He's like, "Yeah, that's all."
That's all we need. But that's all we need if you can do the mic flick.
They're very...
Changes. So I'm hoping it's still great being in the band. I'm hoping you are enjoying it because it looks great and seeing you on stage together, it feels right, it looks great. I'm hoping you're enjoying it as much as you ever did.
Yeah, I think it's been so much fun and, you know, we're very happy to kind of have the new album out. It's the one that we're definitely most proud of. We've worked probably the hardest on it.
Already there's been speculation about the lyrics for one of the songs in particular, Perfect. Who wrote this? It was Harry and Louis wrote this, yeah? OK. I've got some lyrics here, but if you like causing trouble up in hotel rooms, and if you like having secret little rendezvous, if you like to do the things you know that we shouldn't do, baby, I'm perfect. It's more stuff. And there's been speculation that this has been written by you about some of your relationships, about one relationship in particular, about your time with Taylor Swift.
Okay. I didn't know that was the speculation.
That's the speculation.
Right.
So what would be your answer to that speculation if you were pressed?
Well, because I'm a media-trained person, I'd say I think everyone writes from personal experience.
Well, Taylor certainly does.
Yeah, I think you draw from lots of different things. And songs aren't always necessarily about what people may take them to be about.
It would
Sometimes
rarely
they
be
are.
about one person as such, but there would be, say, elements of a time with one person, Taylor, where you would draw upon those moments, obviously.
I think everybody writes from personal experience. I think it doesn't always apply necessarily to what you might think that it's about. Sometimes it does.
That was almost word perfect, the
good,
first
eh?
answer you gave me. All right, guys, it's so much fun having you back on the show. Thank you so much for coming on. And it's great to see that you're still enjoying it, and it's also nice to know that you're taking a break, which I think you probably, A, have earned, but B, probably need as well. So it's great for that. But you are definitely going to come back, aren't you?
Definitely.
OK. And are you at all worried? Do you worry at all that when you come back it's going to be different? Because a year can be, even just a year, it can be a long time in show business.
There'll be changes.
There'll be changes.
It's great having you here. Ladies and gentlemen, will you join me in saying thank you?
Thanks, son.
Of course to One Direction and, of course, to Mr Michael McIntyre.